Hello, everyone. Good morning. Just as we wait for more people to hop on the call, if you would like to keep yourself busy with this Mentimeter pin diagram, you can let everyone know where you would like to go in the HJ Jongwon complex, besides the Chongwon Gung, of course. Yeah, please have fun with it, and we'll be starting in a minute, less than a minute. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So yes, it's lovely to see you all here today. Yeah, greetings and thank you for hopping on this call to learn about the Chongwon. We're very lucky to have some guest speakers with us today, both Mike Balcom and Bogdan, to share their insights. But just before we get into everything, I would like to invite Guksun Capone to give the opening prayer. If we can give him, yeah.
Good morning. Yes, thank you, Eugene. Yes, please join me in prayer for an opening prayer. Dear most precious beloved heavenly parents, dear most beloved true parents of heaven and earth humankind, we are so happy and glad to be here this morning in front of you with our many brothers and sisters all around Europe and the Middle East and to study more about the meaning of the opening of Chongwon. And we are so blessed and so lucky to live in the special era and the end of the culmination of the providence in human history. And to Mother, Holy Mother Han is bringing forward and bringing everything to conclusion what had been started. The original Garden of Eden that you really wanted since the beginning of the time when you created Adam and Eve for the first time. And now we are coming back to this kingdom, beloved holy parents. This is the beginning of a new time, a new era. We want to be ready internally and externally. That's why also True Mother gave us the special grace to clean ourselves for the past, really to start a new beginning together with you, Heavenly Parent. This is really a blessed time and a blessed moment that no one could see in history. We want to pray for all the saints and sages who paved the way for this important moment. And we are so glad to have these brothers and sisters all around the world supporting the providence. I'm sure also there are many difficulties facing. We really want to pray for the unification of North and South Korea that has been always the chosen people and the chosen land that you always wanted to be united. We want to pray for our brother and sister in Japan who are suffering a deep, fearful persecution. We want to support them and bring them really Satan's subjugation. We want to pray especially also for America. They represent also Christianity on the world level. We want to unite with you, Heavenly Parent. We want to unite with your parents, with our Holy Mother Han. We want to give all the blessing to all the people all around, beloved parents, to really step a new stone in this new starting history in the providence. And 2 weeks still remain for this important time. I really pray we can open our mind, our hearts to hear new thoughts and this guidance on the Chongwon temple. Really want to open and really welcome everybody here. And I pray all of this in behalf of Holy Mother Han and united with gratitude, pray in my name, Guston Capone, our blessed family. Ju.
Thank you so much, Guksun, for your lovely prayer. And yeah, I feel that set a great tone for the start of our call today. Just before we begin, I want to apologize. We're terribly sorry. We've had some technical difficulties with this Zoom link today, so we won't be able to give the option for both Russian and Albanian translation. However, this call is recorded, so we hope that afterwards uh, someone can translate these videos for you to view afterwards if you will struggle to understand today. But we're still very grateful to have you here with us if you plan on staying. Yes, and also just if there are any elder members here above the age of 40, as this is a Youth Connect call, if it would be okay for you to uh, get off the call just before the discussions, as there will be discussions for amongst the youth, there'll be breakout rooms. So yes, thank you. To start, I would like to invite you all to do a little icebreaker with me to get our brains moving. As I think for some of us, it's early in the morning. I think, especially in the UK, it's 9 a.m. It's not as early as 7 a.m., but it's still quite early for some. So I have prepared for you a Mentimeter quiz. Just 1 second, please. Just sharing my screen. Um, oops. How do I go next? I cannot. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so please, if you haven't already, the beginning screen would have also allowed you to get onto the same Mentimeter with this QR code logging, the pin diagram, I mean. So just if you could please get on, I'll give you 30 seconds. You can give a thumbs up to let me know that you're here. So it will be a general knowledge quiz on the Gung, and you do get points if you get them right and you're the fastest to answer. So you can compete to be the best. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna cool, awesome. Right, let's go to the next screen. Perfect. Okay, beginning now. Oh, what happened? Sorry. In what year did True Mother first mention the construction of Cheon? Please, I can't. Can't. Any. Oh, I can't see it. What is the flower most commonly used in the decoration of Gung? Pansy, rose, daffodil, sunflower, a peony, or a tulip? Which of the following is not one of the three center structures inside the main building of Gung? The Cheon Sanctum, the Central Administration, the Life Exhibition Hall, or the Cheon Monument? What is the height of a Cheon Monument, which symbolizes the victory of Heavenly Parents? Is it 12 meters, 21 meters, 33 meters, or 40 meters? Well done if you said 21. So Agent X9 is in the lead. Which country's architectural group was responsible for designing Cheon? Was it America, Britain, Japan, or Korea? It was America. Well done if you got that right. Next question. The design of the Cheon draws inspiration from which historical architectural style adapted in a modern way? Is it Art Deco, Renaissance, Romanesque, or Victorian? Yes, maybe that was obvious. Next question. What do the four smaller domes surrounding the central dome at Cheon represent? The four stages of formation, growth, completion, and perfection, parent, husband and wife, children and siblings, the four major religions and their shared principles, or oneness in heart, body, mindness, and harmony. So it's a bit of a trick question. There were two correct answers. There you go. So well done to M, whoever you are out there. Next question. Who were the artists responsible for the conceptual sketches and preliminary paintings of original Songhua artworks? Was it the international artists from Italy and France, or traditional Korean Buddhist art masters, or Slovakian artists inspired by the Slovakian ethic, or a group of second generation? Yes, it was second gen. Nice, thank you. Question 9. A new technique combining mother of pearl inlay with painting created 14 pictures. What does this process involve? Carving wood, painting with natural pigments and polishing, creating a mosaic painting over the stones and ceiling, attaching seashells, painting details and applying lacquer, using glass, painting designs and applying a protective coat. Yep, so some of you know your art. It is attaching seashells. Thank you. And now for the final question. The two featured works, The Advent of the True Parents and Settling God's Kingdom, with a height of 4.62 meters, weighs as much as 1, an elephant, 2, a car, 3, a refrigerator, or 4, a piano. Oh, yes, it's the car. Well done if you got that right. So Mike doing very well there. And still well done to Agent X9, wherever you are. Okay, let me come back now. Sorry about any technical difficulties. It's much different to do it on online than in person. I wanted to see your reactions, but nonetheless, I hope that was I hope that was a good start for you. So yes, we're going to move on to the next part of the program. We now will be listening to and watching a video prepared by our a Korean brother who wants to explain to us what Gung is. We're very fortunate to have them amongst their busy schedules to present something for us. So please be attentive and open your minds and hearts to listen to what he has to say. Yeah, thank you, Lady.
Dear beloved, our second generation, young people in Europe and the Middle East, I'm Masatate Kajikuri, Director of Mission Department of World Mission Headquarters. My warmest greetings. Today, I'd like to explain the providential meaning of Gung. What's the meaning of Gung? You know that meaning exactly? Okay, looking back at human history, whenever a new era or new history began according to heaven's providence, there was always a place prepared to attend heaven. When heaven parents led the Israelites out of their miserable slave life in Egypt, they built the tabernacle, separating the Holy of Holies and the holy place where the stone tablets with the 10 Commandments beside it. After settling in Canaan, the tabernacle came to fruition in the form of temple built by King Solomon. After Jesus, the Reformation occurred through righteous individuals such as Luther and Calvin, who sought to correctly understanding heaven's will in response to corruption in the Catholic Church. The Puritans who migrated to the New World in searching of religious freedom first built churches, then schools, and family, finally homes. Thus, for humanity, the temple gradually became established as a place to hear, know, and learn God's will and word. With the proclamation of Cheon, her mother has completely redefined the meaning of a temple for the new era. On April 26, 2021, Mother said, if heavenly parents' dream is to live in the kingdom of heaven on earth with the children, then there must be a home. Therefore, the most fundamental meaning of Gung is a home where the heavenly parent and the children live together in the kingdom of heaven on earth. Fundamental meaning of Gung, the home, or whom? Heavenly parent and human being, especially your parents. Okay. From this fundamental perspective, the providential meaning and function of Gung can be summarized in three ways. The first meaning is that Gung can be called a holy home and place where heavenly parents' heavenly heart and humanity's filial heart meet, coexist, and participate in life together. On June 4th, 2020, through Mother said, Gung is an eternal sanctuary and that it should become a place that people around the world long to visit and hope to live in. Therefore, the Cheonil Santum in Cheonwon-gun is composed of Cheon in Ji-in, meaning heaven, earth, and humanity. The 14th Cheonil Songhwa paintings drawing the size of the chapel express to the parents' providential plan and symbolize the completion of God's providence and human history and the establishment of the sovereignty of Cheonil-gu. Thus, Cheonwon-gun symbolized heavenly sovereignty in the Cheonil-gu era. It's the unique and eternal sanctuary where heaven's heart settles, and it's the home and the place where all humanity lives together with every parent. Through Mother, who revealed this fundamental meaning of the sanctuary, has been guiding things in detail from the design stage, giving meticulous instruction for the sake of people who should live together with heavenly parents. Yeah. Through divine principle, we are learning what is the first meaning, the first blessing. If heavenly parents and the human being so unite together, so it's become first blessing. Cheonil Santum, the fundamental meaning is establishment, the first blessing, centered on unity between heavenly parents and true parents. Okay, the second meaning is that Cheonwon-gun is the center of education for all humanity that teaches the way of life for heaven's people in the Cheonil-gu era. On July 4th, 2019, through Mother said, all people of the world should come to Cheonwon-gun to receive education, see the truth, see through parents' achievements, all through the blessing, become reborn children who should make their earthly life fruitful, beautiful, and substantial. Also, on May 1st, 2021, she told the Chombo blessed families, you must devote all your sincerity and effort to achieve results that can be recorded in Cheonil Sanctuary. When we consider these words, Cheonwon-gun is a place for inheriting and expanding life in the heavenly kingdom of serving the heavenly parents. It's a place where the life course of the true parents is made known to all humanity, nurturing and multiplying the citizens of Cheonil-gu. It's also a hall where the lives of heavenly blessed families are recorded and passed down as the acts of the apostles of Cheonil-gu. It's the second meaning of Cheonwon-gun. Yeah, it's like a second blessing. So centering on the educating. Right. So our through parents' life with everybody. Okay, third meaning of Cheonwon-gun is that it symbolizes the center of heavenly territory in the era of Cheonil-gu, and it's the central administration of Cheonil-gu, where heavenly governance unfolds in substantial ways. So beforehand, through Mother established Cheonmu-won as a central administration office of Cheonil-gu. On July 4th, 2019, through Mother said, Cheonwon-gun includes the concept of the central administration of Cheonil-gu, and that is where the true parents who are on earth actually govern in relation to humanity and all nations. Furthermore, On April 27, 2021, Mother stated, world leaders must come here, kneel and receive heaven's mercy, wisdom, and blessing to solve all the difficult facing today. Therefore, Cheon as the central administration of Cheon is where Heavenly Parents, ruling over all continents and the nation through the true parents, is also symbolizes the government of Cheon and is the core institution from where the providence of Cheon is conducted, centered on the true parents. It can be considered a symbol of realizing a peaceful world of interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values, achieving harmony and unity centered on the ideal of Cheon. This is like a third blessing. So as you can see the divine principle, we have a three blessing. Cheon is the meaning of the completion of first blessing, second blessing, and third blessing. Is great blessing coming to humanity. Okay, considering these three meanings, all humanity has so far known temples as place to hear and know God's will. True Mother has revealed that in the new era of Cheon is a home where we attend and live together with Heavenly Parents. She is personally building this home with her dedicated hands and is preparing for the entrance ceremony to bringing us with her into that home. Yeah. The providence of heaven is truly mysterious and profound. In 2000, true parents proclaimed the restoration of the ocean, restoration of the land, restoration of the cosmos, and the restoration of the realm of heart, and restoration of lineage. On this foundation, on January 13th, 2001, they offered the endowment ceremony for God's kingship to liberate God and set him free. In this occasion, true parents proclaimed to the world the truth that God is the owner of all beings and the historical events. At the same time, they clarified that the endowment ceremony should not be carried out by God alone, lamenting that there was no nation where they could register that marriage, and declared the start of establishing Cheon exactly 13 years later in 2013, on the foundation of utmost sincerity and devotion. The Mother proclaimed the opening of Cheon in the name of Heavenly Parents. The Mother announced that New Year's entrance ceremony, which marks 13 years since that proclamation of the opening of Cheon, will be offered as a day when, since the proclamation, when the completion of heaven's providence and the conclusion of human history is fully manifested. She declared that the ceremony to reaffirm the sovereignty of Heavenly Parents will be held, at which ceremony fallen humanity will lay down all religious authority and sovereignty to Heavenly Parents and true parents, the true owners of human beings. So she declared that the ceremony to reaffirm the sovereignty of Heavenly Parents. This is very, very important for the meaning of entrance ceremony. The ceremony to reaffirm the sovereignty of Heavenly Parents is a ceremony to restore and return to heaven the status of heavenly parents, which has been hidden in history. It will be in time when heaven and earth became one. Man and woman became one. And religious and politics became one. And when blood family and all people of the world completely return to True Mother, who represents heaven, the right to govern, ownership, the realm of heart, and the right of lineage. Through this, a heavenly parent's kinship will be fully manifested on earth, and it will be victorious moment when heaven's true love, true life, and true lineage are eternally settled on earth. This is the meaning of Gung. So it's the first time you listen to this meaning of Gung. So please study and learn, and please prepare how to attend entrance ceremony for victorious entrance ceremony for joining sanctum of Gung. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think that concludes the video. Yeah, thank you all for sitting through that, listening very patiently. I know sometimes it's hard to sit through such lectures, but as you can see, it's very factual and very informative. Please do study it. There will be a recording of it. So if you couldn't catch everything now, please rewatch later. And just a reminder also, if you have any questions about the content, there is if you saw in the flyer, there's a Slido link. And as you can see now in the chat, there's a link to ask questions. There will be a Q&A at the end of this call. So please do feel free to go on that now and ask anything. And just before I invite our first speaker, if you're not afraid and not shy, it would be lovely to see your face. It's always nice for the speaker to see you. I can see, is that Moscow? A large group in Moscow. It's incredible to see you all sitting there so nicely. So yeah, please do, hello. It's very nice to see you. Yes, so please do turn your cameras on and warmly welcome up Mike Balcom to give a talk to you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eugene. Good morning, everybody. Well, I have to admit, I'm not under 39, but I'm only 40, so I'm sort of sneaking in. But I will disappear afterwards in order to let you do your thing. You've already heard some of what I was going to say, so I'm going to be as quick as I can and explain a little bit more about the Charangung. Perhaps you've all seen the brochure we made, which is this, where God can speak to all of us. You know, this is kind of our theme, that the Charangung is a happy place where our Heavenly Parent would like to speak to you and to me. And of course, it will be different because we're all different in the different ways. So that's a challenge. I think we have many questions, and here's some of the ones that I had. Whose idea was this Gung? How long is it taking to build? How much did it cost? What's its significance? How are we going to use it after the entrance ceremony? How's it going to be maintained? And let's be honest, would that money be better used elsewhere? Have you had any of those questions? You can raise your hand. If you're honest, you probably have. Guksun is smiling, so he's had those questions. I could group them into kind of three categories. What? So first of all, you know, what is it? What are the facts? What do we need to know? And then the next one is, so what? Which means, you know, why? Why should I? And then now what? What are we going to do about it? So, you know, the what question is basically, what is the Gung? So what? Why do I care? Why should you care about it? And now what? What can we do about it? Because after all, there's no point coming to a presentation if there's no action steps afterwards. So for the Gung, I think there's three things. What's the Gung? What's the sanctum? And actually, what is the campus and whose idea was it? Well, we were promising you hype on this call. The Gung is a temple in the clouds. It is staggeringly beautiful. This picture's from 2 days ago, by the way, with snow on the ground. And this is what it looks like now in the nighttime, because they're getting the illuminations ready for the ceremonies just in a week or two from now. I mean, it is gorgeous, people. True Parents purchased this whole land, 6,500 acres. It's about 10 square miles. I'm not sure what it is in kilometers, maybe 30 square kilometers. And from the beginning, they had this vision that it would be a place where one day a model of the kingdom of heaven would be built. This is what Father said. This will be the grounds of our future hometown. This is the dream that is being made. This is how it looked long ago, by the way. He gave many of the hills around special names. For example, like this one here, Mount Cheon, which means heaven's victory. And you can see the Gung there and the Channel Sanctum in the snow. The headquarters in the snow. Father said our land in Cheonpyeong must be the worldwide homeland, the homeland of heart. So, I mean, this is not something that, is recent. Yes, Mother started talking about it from 2013, but for 50 years before that, Father was thinking this way. And about 20 years ago, he called the whole land Cheonwan, which means the heavenly garden. And the Gung, as you might expect, stands in the middle of the Cheonwan. Okay, so what? So why does True Mother care about this so much? I think we've heard some of this. To offer God a place to dwell on earth, to complete the dream of True Father who wanted to see this but could not in his lifetime, and to give education and grace and blessing to the world. Why do I care? Well, I care mainly because Mother does. I mean, that's kind of a fundamental principle in my life. I'm actually at my physical mother's house today, and it's Mothering Sunday this weekend in the UK. I think it's natural that we want to make our mothers happy. Why should you care? Well, I hope it's pretty much the same reason. So Mother said there should be a building. The Gung was not enough. I had to build the Channel Temple for Heavenly Parent. Why was the Gung not enough? I'm not entirely sure, but the thing was, Mother did not build that. Father did not build that. That was done 20 years ago, and other people took the lead, which was great. But I think the Gung, and particularly the Channel Sanctum, this is True Mother's personal offering. There's been a lot of meetings over the last 10 years, starting up from Foundation Day, and the concept did change. It's important to know that Mother herself was very hands-on the whole time. She was often down at the site, asking questions, making suggestions. So this is really her project. There's been many intermediate ceremonies along the way. This one is about 5 years ago, I think. It was a freezing cold day when there was kind of the completion of the external structure. And where is it? For those of you who haven't been to Cheonpyeong recently, it's right in the middle. You can see the Peace World Center there in the background. That holds 15,000 people. So, it gives you an idea of the scale and vision that Mother has. As you've heard, the centerpiece is the Channel Sanctum. That's the chapel where people of all faiths are meant to meet Heavenly Parent. I've been there myself on several occasions, I'm pleased and almost ashamed to say. And one thing that strikes me is it's highly decorated, it's beautiful beyond words, but, and I'm very happy about this, the main altar is entirely plain. And that light symbolizes the one God. These are the holy pictures you heard about with Mother of Pearl and the gallery up above. Every detail of everything, the floor is totally exquisite indeed. And as I think if you were to ask Mother one thing, she would say, I mainly made this as the dwelling place of God. But also, why? Because I want people to come and receive the blessing of God to have full, abundant, and beautiful lives. It's not just for God, it's for God's children, which is all of us. We've already heard that it should be a place to educate everybody, but not in a kind of didactic way through lectures like this one, but through experience. When people come in, they're just overwhelmed by the beauty and the spirit. And she said, you know, by the time they depart, they should want to sign membership. That's pretty normal here in the UK, actually. When you visit some place, they're always trying to get you to become a member by the time you leave. So if you're coming in a couple of weeks, stand by. And most of all, it belongs to us. You know, I asked Mother this question directly, or I answered her. She asked us, you know, who does the Channel Sanctum and the Cheon Gung belong to? And we said, oh, Heavenly Parent, true parents. But Mother said, no, it belongs to you. You know, I'm not going to be in this world forever. So it's you and your children who will own this place and govern it. So she, you know, we had a meeting with Mother. This was the first day she gave us a tour of the private areas. And suddenly she asked me, so, Dr. Balcom, what do you think? Is it better than the palaces of Europe? Well, I wouldn't be giving this speech today if I'd given the wrong answer. So I said, well, yes, Mother, it is. And she said, why? I said, well, because of how it was started. Because actually, I've been to many palaces and cathedrals and castles in Europe, some of them with True Mother. And many of them actually have a bit of a dark history. You know, they have prisons. They've been used to enforce the rule of power. But this place is entirely different. There is no prison at the Cheon Gung, you'll be pleased to know. It's down at the training center. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to say that. No prisons at all. So now what? How will it be used after the entrance? True Mother said, that is up to you. So we are already thinking how to have the most exciting concerts and festivals and art shows so that people from all over the world want to come as a destination. And what can I do to help? I hear you saying. Well, I hope I hear you saying. One thing you can do is you can donate to the Tantang Fund. I'll talk about that in a minute. You can come on a pilgrimage and you can even stay and volunteer because there's actually a need for constant maintenance, gardening, cleaning, attendance. And when can you come to see it? Well, the first day is April 13th, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Especially from the 14th to the 16th is set aside for international visitors and pilgrims. And after that, it's open to everybody. You heard about some of these internal things. Apart from the sanctum, this is the conference room. We went in there with True Mother. She sat on that chair on the left, and she asked us to sit in these chairs representing the presidents of the major nations of the world. Mother's idea is people need to talk, but usually they can't do that because the media and other politicians are watching them. So she's hoping this will be a sort of a peace sanctuary. There are many other features. You may see them: dining rooms, shopping mall, cafes, a roof garden. I mean, the whole place is truly astonishing. So how much did it all cost, you ask? Well, at least I asked that. Now, here's some costs for comparison. You know, I looked up some of the major public works projects, and most of them I've been to all of these except the top two. So in the UK, you know, there's a big scandal because the government spent $66 billion on a high-speed rail system, which actually then they abandoned. A nuclear power station costs about $25 billion. The most expensive sports stadium in the world in Los Angeles, where else? The SoFi Stadium, $6 billion. The Lotte Tower in Korea, $2.5 billion. Then coming down sort of some religious places, the repair of Notre Dame, I think, cost $900 million. The Sheikh Zayed Mosque in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, this is where Mother went to get a lot of her inspiration, $800. The Cheon Gung, I'm not sure, but it's somewhere in this range, right? So we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars were spent to create this facility. And you might ask, well, that's a lot of money, a lot of money. Can I help? I thought you'd never ask. So there is this Cheon Fund. We had the first round up until May 23. We had more than 3,000 donors from Europe. If you're one of them, thank you very much. And we have the second round, which actually finishes tomorrow. Actually, it finishes on Monday, come to think of it. This is kind of the chance to donate before the entrance ceremony actually takes place. It's really special. The campaign's built around the concept of units. Maybe blocks would be better, like a block of marble. And one unit is 1,000,000 Korean won, which works out at about 700 euros. So some people said, oh, okay, I can give 700 euros, no problem. But actually, the real hope is that families will give much more, become a major donor by giving 21 units, or even a founding donor by giving 100 units. So our goal that I promised to True Mother was 5 million. And we're going to get there like this: 12 donors with 100 units, 210 with 21, and so on and so on. And this is how we're doing so far. We actually have 5 donors who've given 100 units each, 58 who've given 21, and so on and so on. And overall, we're about 2/3 of the way there. So it's going well, but there's still room for more. And especially, I want to encourage young people, be part of this. Whether you can give 100 units or 0.2 of a unit, please give something today or tomorrow so that you can say forever, yes, I supported this when it was really needed. I mean, we actually only had 20 donors a month ago, but now we have all those ones. So thank you very much. I will stop there because you've heard enough kind of talking. You may have questions. I just wanted to share, I'm excited. I'm excited because I know True Mother wants us to take ownership over this. So it's not a remote place that you visit once and then think, okay, I've done that. No, we should feel this is our house as well as Heavenly Parents' house. Actually, it wouldn't have any meaning, right? A house is not a home unless the parents and the children and everyone feels comfortable. So I can promise you one thing: if you come in 2 weeks' time, it will not be comfortable. No, it will not be comfortable. It will be crowded. It will be intense. You won't sleep. You probably won't eat, and you'll be frustrated and tired. But at the end of it, you will be ecstatic because you were there. See ya.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much for sharing in a more down-to-earth and digestible way. Yeah, everyone, please applaud. Show your hands. Yeah, it's always great to hear from one of our brothers in the EUME region. And also the reminder that you said that, yes, True Mother is creating this temple for Heavenly Parent, but also for each and every one of us on this call and beyond. So if you do want to take ownership of this building, please do donate. I will share the information on how you can do that at the end of this call. Yes, so as time is short, I would like to quickly welcome up Bogdan Pama to then give the next talk. Please welcome him. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Mike, for that excellent talk. There's really not too much to add to it. For me, the first time I had the chance once to also go into the building and see it, and it was not dedicated yet, so the atmosphere was different than it will be when we ultimately went in. But I must say I was deeply moved by that white wall. And it sounds simple, and you'll need to get there to experience it yourself. No set of words can of course express the experience. And I think this is something that True Mother is really looking towards, to experiences that can allow us, that lift us out of our current understanding, our current situation, and give us an experience of the original Garden of Eden from the kingdom of heaven. We are caught in our own lives so often, and going to a different place, and going to a place where that symbolizes basically the journey of our true parents. That's basically the meaning of temples. That's why people go to the Church of the Holy Sacred, which is the place where Jesus was crucified, for example. We go there to connect to the journey of a person, because places and people are deeply connected. And our true parents invite us or created this space and created this garden for us and every one of us also to connect to the places where true parents became one and became who they are. And as we heard in Dr. Balcom's talk, it was true parents chose Chongpyeong, this Chongpyeong Lake area, as that place where we can connect with the journey of true parents and our own journey into our true selves. But it's not just enough to say this is the place, but to create a space there where people from all over the world, where people primarily also from all over the Korea can come, can experience and can really connect through an experience, through a short experience, which then needs to get extended, of course, and becomes a real experience as we live this in our lives. So I think our mother is really not interested so much in lectures, and God is not interested in lectures, but is interested in experiences that allow us to connect. One of the most deep words that I heard from True Mother, and I'm still digesting, is that true love is visible. That's a very feminine expression somehow. True love is visible. I always thought of love being invisible, but I think if we look at the sanctum, and if you look at this whole environment, the Jeonwon complex, it is about this attempt to make, or not the work to make the original Garden of Eden visible and allow us to experience it. So that's, yeah, in all mythologies and so on, this function of a temple is to a place where you come to connect to the journey of the hero. And our hero is, of course, true parents. And so when we go into the Jeonil Sanctum, we connect to the story of our heroes in a place rather than on a slide. And by then, you'll be able to walk around these 14 pictures. And by walking that course around these 14 pictures of true parents' life, one that really touched me deeply is the one of True Father's Victorious Ascension. It's in the left back corner. This was one, really tears came over my eyes the first time I stood in front of it. And so by walking through these 14, along these 14 pictures, we track the course of our true parents, right? Early Christians followed the course of Jesus, right? And they're happily and excitedly went the path of the cross because that's the path that Jesus shared with them and shared for them. And the Jeonil Sanctum shows for us true parents' course, true parents' life course. And as we walk through the Jeonil Sanctum, as we connect with the different pictures and places, and in the end, you can stand in the middle of the sanctum, in front of this big white wall, under the dome. It's like we follow true parents' course so that we ourselves find that center, symbolically, find that middle place where our original self can come out and be experienced. So I think this is the heart of some of the experience behind the experience of coming in the Jeonil Sanctum that our True Mother wants to provide for us. Now we had the chance to attend True Parents in Hoondok, come into their presence many times. Future generations won't be able to do that, but everyone will be able to come into the Jeonil Sanctum to experience that presence of true parents as an important and as a key point in our journey back to our original selves. So, yeah, that's the few thoughts I would like to add before we now move on to Q&A and discussions. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bogdan. That's a very memorable line, that true love is visible. So I do hope that everyone here, whether this year or in the future, can go to the Cheon and experience, physically speaking, the true love that is emanating from the Cheon building. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you all for arriving back. I hope you all had good discussions. And so, yes, we have not that much time left, but of course, we want to answer as many questions as possible. Is Bogdan and Mike Balcom, are you ready to answer some questions? Yeah. I have a slide prepared of the top voted questions. We can go through those first, and if there's time, go through the others.
Okay, but disclaimer, I didn't win the quiz and I might not be the expert you think.
Honesty is also always good. If you don't know, then please just say. 1 second. And sharing my screen now. Yeah. So yeah, the first question I have here. Oops, sorry. Hold on. Sorry, 1 second.
Is that the first question there?
Yeah, sorry, just my screen. Yeah, okay, here we are. The first question, what's the difference? This was the most voted question on Slido. What's the difference between the Gung and the Gung? Isn't one building enough with so many efforts in the world? Is it worth the cost?
Okay, I mean, there's about 4 questions there, aren't there? I mean, the Gung has been True Parents' residence for the last 20 years, more or less. And, you know, that has been a place really where, on the most part, only True Parents, members, and occasionally specially invited guests like ambassadors for peace have come. So think of it, you know, well, here in the UK, it would be like Buckingham Palace. You know, you can't go there. But the Cheon, by definition, is going to be open to the public. And the main goal is for the public to visit it because Mother wants everyone to come into that presence of God and experience it. So there's definitely that aspect. Cheon is bigger. It also has beautiful grounds. It's more accessible. It's not at the top of the mountain. Is one building enough? Well, you know, I think Mother's viewpoint is the world is full of buildings that are not dedicated to God, full of temples. And I think she believes that if God can really claim the Cheon, then all of these other religious buildings and temples will kind of be included and incorporated, and God can be there in a new way because he now has his base on the earth. I mean, this may be my fanciful thinking, but I think the Cheon will empower all the other sanctuaries and temples around the world. Is it worth the cost? You can always ask that question. Jesus was once asked by the disciples, you know, look at this woman anointing your feet with expensive ointment. You know, what's a waste of money? And Jesus said, the poor will be with you always, but I'm only here now. You know, true parents are only here one time on earth. And I think that in the future, people may say, oh, we should have done more. Because after all, it should have been nations building the Cheon. Every nation should have built one by now. So I think whatever it costs, it is worth it, but only if we use it and honor it afterwards. Maybe I'll stop there.
Thank you. Do you want to add to that, Bogdan, or we go to the next question?
I think go to the next question. I just underline this point is, yeah, it's like at the moment, it's us as blessed families doing the jobs that nations should be doing. I think that Mike just mentioned, but it's the lifetime of True Parents is a singular event, and so it's worth it. Yeah, and I would have also quoted Jesus, so yeah, just underlining.
Okay, you can answer the next one, Bogdan.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Particularly if it's difficult.
The next question, next top voted was, we've heard it said that the opening of a temple will be the conclusion of a providence or something along those words. What does that mean?
That's definitely a question for Bogdan.
Yeah, so it's certainly not the conclusion of the providence because the providence will go on after that until we're not there until we're all there. So I see the Cheon as a seedling, you know, you have the seed, but then you need to grow the seed into a seedling for the kingdom of heaven. And it has these main elements, right? A people that is being educated, a place, the grounds, the land, people, land, and authority with this John Mu 1 and this place where basically true parents can meet the leaders of the world, and also yeah, a structural reform of our movements that is taking place. So I see it as you know, these three elements, land, people, and authority, that are the key to give birth to a nation. And I see it as a seedling for the new nation. In that sense, it is the conclusion of the seedling and the start of planting it outside and letting the seedling grow.
Yeah, in the words of Churchill, that he said once, it is not the end. It is not the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning.
Great, thank you. The next question we have here, is there a plan to build such temples in other regions as well?
Well, I'm not sure about that. I think the better plan would be, as I mentioned, that all the temples that already exist in all the different faiths in the holy community are somehow connected to the Chunwan Gung. Then there won't be a need to build more. However, of course, as nations come closer to national restoration, you know, they may well feel we want to either build new or rededicate one of our existing places to be the national Chunwan Gung. In my view, St. Paul's Cathedral in the UK is a good candidate. It's got the dome already. And, you know, the purpose is still the same, right? The place where God can speak to the people, and even where the leaders of the nations can come and receive God's guidance, as indeed does happen here with the royal family and the cathedrals of Britain. So I think Mother's hope would be that nations will dedicate or build or connect what is already there.
Thank you. The next question we have here is, I have been studying the Korean epic and just wondering, what is the measurement of when Japan fulfills its need to indemnify its wrongs? It seems endless.
Oh, that's a good one for Bogdan.
It, I think it shouldn't be endless, and it's done when when a Korean movement says it's enough, and I hope they're saying it soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, in fact, every nation has both, you know, things to be proud of and things to regret. And one thing I like about the Korean epic is it's really quite candid that in the end, all of that preparation of Korea will mean nothing if the nation cannot fulfill its destiny to connect with true parents. So if Japan connects to true parents before Korea does, then, you know, that will be that.
Oops. Sorry, I just accidentally moved. Are we
Yeah,
okay to
go
go
ahead.
to the next? Yeah, okay. Will our movement face a break from big donations after this opening, given the rising fees and prices making it hard to stay active?
You're kidding, right? I mean, the thing is, Mother often cites the example of the American Pilgrims and how they dedicated, you know, the churches before the schools and the schools before their own homes. So I think we need to look at this a different way. When Father was opening the Tanjanggung, he talked about the 7 rules for living in the kingdom of God. And number 5 is you should become an owner by giving your time, your talent, and your treasure, your money. And it has to be a free gift. It has to be a donation. It can't be taxation. And the standard that Father set is 30%. 30%. So I would say, you know, if we really took that on board, and everybody in our movement could put aside 30%, then we wouldn't need any more donations ever. But the reality is we don't do that. Even 10%, we don't do that. So my encouragement is, please think about keeping giving. And I can tell you personally, God will recompense you many times. You know, says in the scriptures, test me on this, says God. See if I won't open the storehouses of heaven. My experience is if you give, blessings come. If you think I've given enough and I can't do any more, in a sense, you're breaking a law of the universe and you'll start to diminish. I know it's tough, but if your mindset is, I'm here to give, it becomes a lot easier and good things happen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we have about 3 minutes left to past. So maybe
Next question for Bogdan.
Last question. Yeah, last question. According to the New Testament, God doesn't dwell in the temple, but in people. How do we reconcile this with the concept that Cheon is God's home on earth?
New Testament Acts, God doesn't dwell in people. Yeah, already in the Old Testament, when the Temple of Solomon was opened, Solomon said, I'm opening this temple for you, but I know this temple can't keep you. You are the Lord of the universe and you live in everything and in everyone. So it's not even a New Testament transition, but already the Old Testament actually makes this point clear that God does not live in the temple, that God actually does not need primarily sacrifice, but faith. And so I would contest with that question as it's written there. It's already in the Old Testament there. And so how to reconcile that with it with a home? Jesus needed the temple. Jesus needed the temple to teach the nation of Israel, right? So the temple had the dual function of pointing towards true parents, meaning Jesus and his wife, but then also to be the place from where the temple in Jerusalem, from where Jesus and his wife would teach the nation and teach the world. So the building has this double function. And the situation is, of course, and that's why true parents built buildings and built temples, because unfortunately, true parents had to do it by themselves because no nation offered their temple or their big churches to true parents. The United Nations were built. The General Assembly of the United Nations should have been the place from where true parents instruct the world and teach and share the world. That's why the United Nations were founded in 1945. And that's why there's this wonderful headquarters there in New York with actually a couple in the center of the artwork. So really, Cheon von Gung is plan C, D, E, or something like that, of the blessed families stepping up to help true parents stand on that global scale, on that global foundations. And true parents are very sorry that they need to put all these burden onto a small group of faithful people to do so. But basically, we are lifting the weight that otherwise nations or whole religions should be doing. Can we change this in the future? I absolutely hope so. And I love the idea of, I love the idea of other temples really being dedicated and connected to Cheon von Gung that Mike threw out here. And so, yes, so even from the beginning of time, even in the Old Testament, it was already clear that people are the home and that man and woman should become one flesh and that God should dwell in them and so on. So it's not really an Old Testament and New Testament thing. It is yes and yes. It's God needs the Messiah, the real Messiah on the real earth, needs real institutions and real places to work with and work through to fulfill their global mission. And we, all of us, have our individual journey to become the temples of God themselves. And it's not this or that. It's not Old or New Testament. It's both things evolving and manifesting and being necessary for God's work to not just be a spiritualized kingdom, but a real kingdom where actually nations and societies change. So, yeah. And
That's a great answer. And I would just add, ask it again when you've come and you've been in the sanctum and you've had that kind of experience that Bogdan was talking about, because I think, that experience itself may answer the question well.
Thank you both for all your answers. It's always, well, for me, it would be challenging to answer on the spot, so I'm very grateful. And I'm sure everyone here is too, if you could show some appreciation. Yes, as we are now at the end of the call, 2 minutes over, I just want to make a final announcement before the closing prayer, which is, as I said earlier, I will share with you how, if you are inspired to donate to the Cheon Gung, there is information how you can do it here. Please screenshot the screen if you'd like to remember. Of course, I know some of you are students or just got into the working world. So if your pockets are not big, even 10, 20, 30, 40 euros, I'm sure every donation counts, every penny counts. So please do if you feel inspired. And yes, I would like to now welcome up Sarah Ahmed to give the closing prayer.
Thank you. Please join me in prayer. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent, our most precious true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind, thank you so much for the precious words we received today from Dr. Michael Balcom and from our elder brother, Bogdan Pamer. We're so grateful to learn more about the Cheon Gung, and also allow ourselves to understand more our true parents, understand more our beloved true mother, what she's doing and what she's trying to achieve. We're so grateful to be here as youth representing the future. We represent the future of Europe and the Middle East, Heavenly Parent. We represent your future, and we represent the future of our true parents, or their investment, or their blood, sweat, and tears. So we ask you sincerely, from the bottom of our hearts, please guide us to really allow our hearts to be united, allow our minds to be open, and allow our spirits, Heavenly Parent, to be free to follow, to be free to answer your call, to be free to receive your direction and hear your voice. We want to hear your voice, Heavenly Parent. That's the ultimate thing we are looking for in all of our lives, to hear your voice, to live with you, to be in this loving relationship with you, and to feel that we are 100% Heavenly Parent in this life, connected to you and really offering to you and feeling your love. So please guide us to do that, and please allow us to make something new out of this after this gathering, so we can move forward. We thank you so much for your love. We thank you so much for your protection. We thank you so much for bringing us together, and we pray we can return to you everything. We thank you again, and I offer this prayer and report with all of my brothers and sisters in gratitude, attending our Holy Mother Han, in my name, Sarah Ahmed from a Blessed Family. Adieu.
Adieu.
Archie, thank you all. Unless there's any more closing remarks, I think we can conclude. Yeah? Okay. Thank you all and have a lovely weekend. And if you like these kinds of calls, please do let us know. And of course, how to improve. You can message me whenever. Yeah, thank you. Have a lovely week. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Vicky
so
and Jan.
much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.